Hi friends, Anna here. I just wanted to do a quick flip through this Harry Potter journal that I made. I had this idea. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I'm getting ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden this idea popped into my head, and of course I just had to try it out. I mean, I had to kind of get it out of my head and into a finished product basically to see if it would work. So this is a little haphazard. It's not perfect, but you know how when inspiration kind of just strikes and you have to go with it. And that's what this is for me. So I had this idea. I use traveler's notebooks to journal. This is my B6. And I use it pretty much every day. And this is actually pretty similar in size. This ended up being about 7 inches by 4 3/4 about. But I was thinking about elastics and how elastics in traveler's notebooks hold your inserts. And then it got me thinking about my snaps because I actually use cam snaps every day, pretty much, in my line of work. So I was thinking, well, what about a snap-in insert instead of elastics to change out inserts? So it's kind of turned into, I found, I had this. It was an old Reader's Digest book, but it was one of the thinner ones, not one of the, chunkier, thick ones. And I knew I was going to be kind of doing this up quickly, so I wanted something that was going to match this fabric. Now, this is one of my very favorite Harry Potter fabrics that I have, and I do have a lot of Harry Potter fabrics, but this is one of my favorites, and I knew I wanted to use it. So I wanted to match up the inside of the book because I wasn't planning on covering up the inside parts of the book. So I went with this Reader's Digest book. And so what I did is I just kind of took all of the papers out of it and then made up my own insert. And I added, this is just a little brad here, and I'm a Ravenclaw. I belong to the Ravenclaw house, and so I have these charms, and then my snap too is actually engraved with Ravenclaw on there. I don't know if you can see it very well. And then this is just a hair tie. I'd gotten a package of them from Dollar Tree, and then this was actually a ring that I had gotten in like a subscription box and never wore. So I flattened it out and then just hot glued it to this. And it's worked really well, actually. And I just left my edges really raw, but I added these little corners, book corners here. And then on the inside, I put in a little library card holder, and I just printed this a long time ago. I think just from Pinterest I found it, and I had coffee dyed it. So I added that to this, and then I got some little things that I just stuck in the pocket here. Then my little Harry Potter paper clip, and then I made this. This is basically made out of a piece of wax paper that I folded in half. And then I had it was from packaging that I kept, but it had these little slots in it. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I'm going to keep those. So I ended up just sewing it to the wax paper. So I have a big pocket, and then I have these little slots too that hold different ephemera and stuff like that. And then I just kind of stuck things in, and I just slid that behind the insert. And the back side has one too that has the the little slots, and then the big pocket in the back. And then there's my insert. And I was thinking, okay, well, how am I going to do this? So I made up a normal insert. And then what I did was I just slid that behind there. So then I added my snaps to the spine of the book. And then I took another piece of fabric and I sewed that to the first and the last pages, and then added the female snaps to that piece of fabric. So that is basically how this kind of system works in the snap and insert. And then you just take the snaps and line them in and snap them in. And that's how it works. Yeah, so it was just kind of like this idea had popped in my head, and I just wanted to get it out and see if it would work. And it does work. And for someone that doesn't have snaps laying around, it might not be really realistic for you. But for me, it worked out really well because I have a ton of snaps. And I don't actually have any elastic. So that's kind of how this idea came about. And I don't know if anybody else has done snap-in inserts with cam snaps, but I had never seen it done before. So maybe this is an original idea, but I don't know. Maybe it's not either. But I kind of wanted to, to share it and see if somebody else might be able to use the idea. So here's just I'll just run through really quick my insert. This is a printable. You're going to see my printables in here are from Dreamz, etc. Their wizarding kit that they did. I think she did a couple of them. I purchased them a couple of years ago and had printed them out then. Now I don't have a great printer, so I can't print out printables right now, unfortunately. But anyways, this is paper that I got from a notepad that I had found at the thrift store that was Harry Potter. Here's little cards for games that I also found at the thrift store. I just did a stamping here. This is from a children's book called Tilly the Witch, and I loved it. But the book was in pretty rough shape, so I took out some of the pages. This is another one from the printable. There's Ron, and then just a whole fabric bag that I have put goodies in. For those of you that are Harry Potter fans, I definitely suggest that you check out that printable, because it had a lot of really fun prints. Here's another, and I ordered all of these paper clips off of Etsy. It's a sticker with my Draco card here. And then there's that other pocket. And like I said, this is what I meant by I was matching up the color of the inside of the book with my fabrics. And this just worked out really well. The size of it was perfect. Like I said, I mean, I normally work in a B6, and they are actually really, really close in size, which I didn't intentionally mean to do that, but I see now that they are actually really close. So yeah, that's my Harry Potter journal, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you. Bye.